Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to another video, everyone. Today we'll be learning different types of mads and how they are pronounced. So let's get into it. So when we see a mad like this, it is still pronounced as the vowel a. So it'd be like a fatha or zabar. So it would still be pronounced as a, but in the form of a mad, which means it's a tiny bit longer and two haraka. Now, haraka is the counting, also known as a second. So, two haraka for these types of mads. So let's say it. Cut yourself off at two haraka. Ha, ra, ha, ra, kha, qa, ka, ja, sha, ya, ra, la, na. Now, let's move on to the next part, which is over here, which is where we are using it more, which is how it would be used more like in the Quran. So here it'd be ta'ala, ta'ala. Now remember, these two letters have the med on them, so they would be two haraka. This one does not have the med on it. It is just the standard zabar. So it would just be less than one haraka for this one. But remember, these two are two haraka. Just so you guys know. The next one is ala, ala. Next one is akhiru, akhiru, akhiru. Ila, ilahaka, ilahaka. Now let's move on to the next type of mad. Okay, so this type of mad, which you can see here, is going under the letter. So this would be the same. It's the same amount of haraka, which is 2, but the vowel is a bit different. It is like a kisra or zir. So it would be E. The vowel is E, which is like a kisra or zir. So how we pronounce it is the. This one is the. Remember, same two haraka, but this time it is like a kisra, which is like this one. This is a kisra or zir. Now remember, when it goes under the letter, and the med is there, still to haraka. It does not change unless if it is the normal kisra or zabar, then it is less than one haraka if it's a normal one. So now let's move on to these. So here we have mathalihi, mathalihi, mathalihi. Remember, these are still less than one haraka, and this one is 2 because it is the mad. Basarihi, basarihi, basarihi. Now let's move further down. Here we have multiple ones. 1, 2, and 3. However, this one will only be less than one haraka. The one I've circled in blue will be 2. So let's see. Ayatihi, ayatihi. As you can see, this one, ayatihi, the ta is going to be less than one haraka because it has no mad. Let's move to this. Hadihi, hadihi, hadihi. Now let's move on to the next bit. Okay, so this one is like the others, but this is for a dhamma or pesh. So it is the same type of haraka, two haraka, but this one is just for pesh when it looks like this. So when it looks like this is the mad version. For pesh, when it's going on top of a letter, this will be two haraka, the same. This would be oo, hu, ru, hu, ru, khu. As you can see. Now let's move on further down. This is how it also be read in the Quran, as if it were connected to the words and everything. Just remember the normal zabar, ze or pesh, which have no mad on them, are less than one haraka. However, the mad versions of them would be two haraka. So let's read it. Ma'ahu, ma'ahu, ma'ahu. Fa'alahu, fa'alahu, fa'alahu. Ayatuhu. Remember, these ones are still mad, but this one is not. So, ayatuhu, ayatuhu. So, let's move on to the next one. Amaruhu, amarahu, 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 amarahu. Now that is the end of the first part of this video. I will be creating another video talking about how letters join and an extra part on meds, because there is a lot more and I will not be able to fit it all in this video. So, Allah Hafiz.